Hi Libra, this is going to be a reading for March 2022. Keep in mind, it is Pisces season. The sun is in Pisces and the sun nourishes us all. So it affects you and others around you. And it's a watery, emotional, feeling, mutable, intuitive sign. So also use spiritual discernment watching any of my readings or any readings at all. You can use spiritual discernment, your gut, just what resonates with you. Don't just stick to one reading just solely on your sun sign just because. We have so many signs in us. We are all the signs, truly. So please use spiritual discernment on that. I'm going to just jump right into this. Let me get the present energy for Libra. Page of Swords. Okay, we're learning some things. Figuring some stuff out in terms of new information, learning how to utilize it. When I think of the Page of Swords, it's just kind of swinging its sword around. Might be a little heavy at the wrists. What's the challenge for Libra? I got 2 cards. Okay. We got the High Priestess and we got the Fool. The Fool is a brand new beginning. I'm feeling with this page here, it's about being naive to things. So you're having to use more of your intuition when it comes to how to utilize the information and the facts you do have. Okay. What is hiding from Libra at this time that they need to see, please? 7 of Swords, lies, some deceit, deception, also could be strategy. I'm going to clarify that. I feel like it's a little bit of both. There's some self-deception here for sure. I do feel like it's self-deception based off of what you might be picking up in your environment. And that's why I think the High Priestess and that intuition is very important in being silent. I'm feeling don't let nobody know that you're naive to something. You know, like a fake it till you make it kind of energy I'm feeling. Like act like the boss even though you're the intern right now. Okay? What's the strength for them to use at this time? Strength for Libra to use at this time, please. Okay, the Hierophant. Commitment. This could be commitment to yourself and your morals of value or commitment to others or a particular other. What is the spiritual guidance for Libra? Okay, there's that 4 of Pentacles. That could be literally to save your money, but to pull back your energy in your security and your stability. We have the 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That is an offer you might not be seeing or just not be seeing it there or might not want nothing to do with it. We'll find out. Let's clarify. What's going on with this present energy with the Page of Swords? That was quick as hell. Wow. We have the Tower, and it was hiding underneath it, the 8 of Swords. Some brand new information due to a big ending that needed to happen. We have Grief and the World card. A cycle ended. Okay. I'm feeling for some of you guys this might be a habit that you're learning how new ways to do something instead of a habit or a way of thinking. You changed your way of thinking and now you're trying to go about it a different way due to the destruction of something, most likely in your environment. We got the King of Cups. It definitely made you a lot more emotionally intelligent, though, a lot more mature. Or a King of Cups, a male water sign, or just very masculine water sign in terms of action probably taught you this. Let's get this challenge here. Right off the bat, before I get into it, I do know the challenge for you is just to learn and use more of your intuition rather than just facts and logic. You know, the mind buys the heart a check, or a heart a check. The mind buys the heart a drink, not the other way around. Okay? We have Justice. There you are. Balance. We have the Knight of Swords. Impulse. A lot of you guys are quick to say something or quick to think something. The Emperor, which speaks of control. And then we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is about investing in comfort zones. A lot of you guys are used to a way of thinking or a way of speaking that you've always known to do, and it doesn't benefit you this time around. Or not, well, I won't say it doesn't benefit you, but you need to learn a new way, and I feel like it has a lot more to do with your intuition, using your intuition, because your intuitions are based in your feelings, and a lot of you guys don't want to use your feelings in that way. Because you see them as emotional or weaknesses, and the fact of the matter is there needs to be a balance, right? So there's nothing wrong with your impulses. They just need to be balanced out. because by themselves there's too much. What's hiding from you with the Seven of Swords? Too quick to run at your mouth. Too quick. A little prejudice it's giving. It's giving prejudice. I'm not saying racially or anything, but just to prejudge something or someone. You guys are going to learn not to do that. Six of Swords. Coming out of the storm into calmer waters. Oh, this is about being more optimistic. So the Seven of Cups is kind of like fantasizing, dreams and everything, options. But we got the Page of Cups, which is like my head over heels kind of energy card. Being able to see the good and to be able to find love in all things, even negative things, because they're all necessary. The Hermit is also about introspection too. So I'm feeling like with this, a lot of you guys are right now, or are going to find out that a lot of the judgments that you put on other people's or other things or ideas are based on you projecting a lot of inner things that you have a problem with or that you've been taught. What's the strength here with the Hierophant? Magician. Manifesting and communication. A lot of you guys are very good at communicating and getting things done and being able, your commitment to that, your morals and values to that. Again, this is giving me balance. This is adding to, so it's kind of like you got one good strong leg. This is going to sound silly, but it's like having one good strong leg or one good strong arm, and you have a weak arm and you're going to the gym and you know you should probably put more work into that other leg or other arm so you could be a balance. You could be a balanced individual. This is a metaphor, but metaphorically, a lot of you guys are, my arm, this one right arm is doing me good. Why would I need to strengthen this left arm for? And y'all don't realize y'all coming up to a place where you're going to need both hands. Let's put it like that. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles. That is someone with expectations. She's very secure within herself. She's able to hold things down, but she's able to understand the strength and the value of others as well. And the Four of Swords is healing. A lot of you guys are going to have to do a lot of self-healing in order to be able to understand people outside of you. Okay? What is the Four of Pentacles here for the spiritual guidance? Why is that here? For Libra. Okay, Eight of Swords. That is one being stuck in their head mentally, even though they are not stuck. And the King of Pentacles. So we went from the Queen to the King of Pentacles. You're being called to do that in terms of feeling more secure. A lot of you guys will... I'm coming off like I'm judging you guys, but I'm not trying to. I'm just reading the cards how I see it. If the shoe don't fit, the shoe don't fit. Maybe you're dealing with somebody else like this, but I think there's a lot of introspection here and understanding that a lot of you guys might feel like you might feel very unstable in an environment because the environment is stable, but it's actually showing you that being in an unstable environment teaches you how to be stable within oneself. And then having stability in oneself is going to further you into making sure that your environment is stable or that you are stable regardless of whatever environment is in. So it's kind of giving like, oh, well, this person is the reason why this, and this environment is the reason why this, and this is the reason why I'm not able to do this and that. And it's kind of like, you might be right in all those cases, but you still need the other side. As you, Libra, the scales should know. So there's more information than that. Like, yes, that's true, but you also need to learn X, Y, and Z in order to make sure that you still have a good footing, a good grounding, regardless of how unstable the environment is. And being able to acknowledge that means seeing yourself for what it is. Let me get one more here. Yep, I saw that at the bottom of the deck too. I got the King of Wands. That is somebody who knows how to take action, when to take action. They're very determined. They don't say no for an answer. That is the King of Fire in terms of action and heat and all that. And I feel like, you know, you're going to be more determined in being able to take action when it comes to whatever you're dealing with here. Also, if I'm seeing two different people here, because I do have two kings here. I do feel strongly for most of you this is both you, but I do feel like you guys might be dealing with a King of Wands that feels very unstable, because fire feels unstable. You know, fire is very hard to control. And I feel like with that Libra air that blows all the way around, that... Okay, so when you're dealing with somebody like a King of Wands, and you are an airy person, and the wind is blowing around, if I had a candle right now, and the wind is blowing blowing it all around the room, and I have it up against the wall, that's going to light that wall on fire and light this whole damn room on fire. A lot of you guys are going to learn how to direct your air, how to direct how you speak, how to communicate a lot better when it comes to other people. Instead of pointing the finger, you're going to realize, and like I said, this is not me being judgmental. This is just me trying to get you to realize that regardless if people are right and the wrong, we can only take accountability for ourselves. So they could be the worst damn person in the world. You could be absolutely right about your environment or this person or people. But at the end of the day, you only have control of yourself. And how you speak to these people and how you think about these people is going to determine how they move around you in your environment. That's what I mean. You have a lot more control than you realize. And with that, we have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That is about being very secure and stable in oneself. This could also be financially as well. So again, regardless of how unstable someone else's is, instead of pointing the finger and knowing that you cannot take any control, especially by sitting there trying to get them to see your view, use the accountability and the control that you have over yourself and your free will to be able to, you know what I'm saying, kind of control that environment. It's a lot better way of looking at it rather than pointing the finger, because the pointing the finger, you know, there's not always going to be a case where you could do anything, and I do feel like you're in a position where you're not able to do that. And with that Seven of Swords sitting right there like that, that's more about being strategic, you know? You know, there's certain people that understand, you know, that there's certain people that don't believe in lying, but those people will be omitting the truth. You see what I'm saying? And some people will argue that's still lying. But it is up to you to determine how you're going to be able to move around and navigate around people in your environment. And it's going to cause you to adapt not only mentally, but how you communicate as well. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm going to pull some tea leaves for your situation here. Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Leg. Stepping into a new experience. I was just... look at that muscular ass leg. I was just saying you got one strong leg. It's time to strengthen the other, right? You got to move a lot differently with somebody who's putting you in a situation where you got to move differently. It feels like you're being moved against your will, but what you need to do is readapt and balance yourself. You know, not change yourself, which I'm seeing very clearly here. That's not what y'all want to do or plan to do, but readapting is going to benefit you. Months out of the year, we got May, so it could be coming up. It could be somebody's birthday in May. Man, dealing a relationship with a man. I was feeling that very strongly. Whale, great worry over nothing. Again, so I feel like that's more about blowing things out of proportion instead of adapting and refining your approach. Okay. You're on the road to success. We got Scissors, disappointment in some affair. And that's also about like wanting to cut somebody off or cut a situation off. I also think that's cutting a habit. I think that's cutting a habit. Instead of saying things like this all the time, you know, I got Cup, you should accept valid criticism. I feel like if this is a particular person you've been dealing with, a lot of this person might have said, you can't say that because this and this and that. You can't say that because you're hurting somebody's feelings. You're hurting my feelings, da-da-da. And a lot of you guys are like, fuck your feelings. It's given like you don't want to change that. And I feel like you both are right. But at the same time, I do feel like you should accept valid criticism because it's going to teach you. You don't have to do it in the way they're doing it. Hence why I think I'm getting club. Someone's trying to make you do something against your will. Instead of that, blatantly, just changing yourself, I think it's more adapting whether you can be yourself, but in this different way that makes everybody happy. And not even just to make everybody happy. Like, I mean... So, look, I got mountain, major challenge to overcome, and then we got mountain, road. You are on to success. So, you're going to be on the right path if you're not already figuring that how. But anyways, I'm not saying sit there and try to make others happy. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's going to benefit you to understand how to communicate differently. And not just communicate differently because it doesn't stop there. The root is how to think differently. That way you communicate, correct? So being able to see something in a different perspective, being able to balance, being able to understand why one side, what is opposite, is just as necessary as that other opposite. Okay? An announcement. So this might come through an announcement, or you might have to make an announcement. I got fair woman, dealings a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. You could be this woman. Someone else someone else you're dealing with could be this. Also, when I get this card, I think of someone who is fair, like literally someone who is fair and balanced. I think of Libra energy, honestly. Okay, I'm going to be reading. I'm going to pick a card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle, and I'm going to be reading some of that to you. If I could find the deck. Here we go. Wow. Softly, softly, the tender touch. 20 equates to a 2. Libra, balance, 2 sides. And we have 7, legacy of light, at the bottom of the deck. I won't be reading that, but that speaks a lot about your legacy and this challenge that you're dealing with. This quote-unquote obstacle is something to overcome. It's a lot bigger than just the situation you're in. This is going to be something that's beneficial, that you can use. You know what I mean? To whatever goals that you have. It's going to add to your overall experience as a human being and your spiritual journey. So, let's read it. Okay. Softly, softly, the tender touch. The feminine wisdom of gentleness can assist you now. When we are at a point in life where we want to attain greater things, but don't necessarily have a proportionally greater supply of energy at our disposal, it is time to work smarter rather than harder. This is the way of feminine wisdom. However, a cultural ignorance of the feminine way currently prevails. We are generally taught that the more force we use, the more we try to make things happen, the more we will achieve. The feminine way is not about force, nor is it about driving, striving, or pushing or grabbing at what we can in order to create. It is about inviting what we wish for to come into the space we have provided for it, internally and in our lives. This method cultivates more energy, causes less stress, and attracts what is desired. It is manifestation by invitation. It is manifestation by invitation rather than by will or force. There is an old story that the sun and the wind were debating about who was more powerful. After boasting about their prowess, they made a wager. A man walked down the street with the coat on. The wind and the sun decided that whomever could force the coat off the man was the most powerful. The wind began demonstrating its impressive power. It blew and caught underneath the coat, pulling it and nearly ripping it right off the man. But the man wrapped his coat around himself more tightly to protect himself against the force of the wind. Eventually, perhaps temporarily out of puff, the wind gave up. The sun took over. He shone down, becoming brighter and brighter, until the man slipped off his coat, slung it over his shoulder, and walked down the street, quite possibly wondering what the heck was happening with the weather that day. The wind attempted to do by force what the sun was able to do by being. You are being asked to surrender your forcefulness, your determination, and your intense activity, even if it's just for the moment. Does this mean that you have to surrender the goals you were chasing through those endeavors? Certainly not. This is not about letting go of achievement. It's about understanding the process of manifestation in a more intelligent way. There is a way of creating that gives you energy and doesn't leave you utterly worn out. It's about allowing what you want to come to you. Be yourself, absolutely, naturally, and with ease. Shine your light and allow your presence to invite that which you wish to receive. It's about cultivating an energetic affinity with what you seek rather than feelings of lack and need. Do you see the subtle but important difference? To feel that you are already a naturally abundant being who gratefully invites more of what you want into your life is rather different to feeling lack, fear, and wishing your world would change. It's a bit like dressing for the job you want, even if it's not the job you have. I just said that too. Faking it till you make it kind of thing. Wow. You energetically embody what you wish to attract more of into your life. Like attracts like. You don't need to push quite so hard to receive what is naturally coming to you. Your push comes from a place of uncertainty over whether or not you will succeed. You need to relax and have more faith in yourself. All things come in time, rightfully and according to a great loving wisdom. You are not immune to this. You shall have your time and shine too. Rebel against any voice of fear. Sorry, I lost my place. Rebel against any voice of fear within you or around you that tells you otherwise. It's okay to become softer, to feel the energy of what you wish to attract in your life, and to act, as much as you can, as though it is already that way. You are not fantasizing or daydreaming or failing to live in the real world if you do this. You are actually working with the feminine art of manifestation through gentle beingness and attraction. As you soften into becoming what you are seeking, what you wish for will not be able to resist your shining, inviting presence. This comes with the special message that you have been working very, very hard. You have learned much and accomplished much, but it is now time to change your approach. Let go of any force in your approach to creation now. Everything serves a purpose, and learning the benefits and limitations of the more forceful way of manifestation through effort and willpower was a useful lesson. However, if you were to continue with that approach, it will stop working for you, because you are now beginning to create on a far grander scale that is beyond what an individual can manifest through willpower alone. You are individually creating through your healing and art, but also contributing globally to new consciousness through your own spiritual growth. You are a part of a global healing manifestation process. You are, through your way of being in the world, helping to birth a new awareness. This new way will heal the human heart and bring it back into balance with nature. Balance with nature. This is essential for the human soul to survive, flourish, and to cooperatively nurture the earth, rather than destroy her natural resources. You may or may not be consciously aware of the extent to which this new way of manifesting through receiving rather than taking can actually help all of humanity. But nonetheless, it is playing an important role in greater human evolution. It is the power of attraction, of magnetism, rather than that of striving and force, that will replenish your energy and restore your body, mind, and heart after your struggle. This change in approach will encourage the shift from head to heart that is essential for your individual well-being and for the greater human evolution. You need to heal so that you can help the world to heal. Does this give you absolute permission now, in your own mind, to take an easier approach to your sacred, rebellious, creative manifestation? And the healing process is this. Say out loud, I shine like the sun, radiant with grace, and all that I desire comes to me according to perfect timing. I relax, believe, and receive. Through unconditional love, this is now so. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Till next time. Bye.